If you're looking for the BST Wedge S, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Titleist Vokey SM7. It may come as no surprise that the Vokey wedges sit at the top of the best golf wedges list. Vokey takes wedge design to another level, and they deserve some recognition for it. The feel and spin that these wedges produce will outperform many other options out there. However, not all players should have a Vokey in their golf bag. The SM7 is not the newest release from Vokey, but it is undoubtedly the best value. These wedges have the incredible spin-milled grooves and are capable of not only stopping a ball but backing it up when needed. The Vokey SM7 wedges not only have options for different finishes, but there are also a ton of loft, bounce, and sole grind choices as well. This is as close as you are going to get to having a wedge custom fit to work for your golf game. If you play out of soft or hard bunker, short or tall grass, like to flop it or like to bump it, Vokey will have an option that will work for your game. The SM7 wedges have dropped considerably in price since they were first released, and because of that, they are also an incredible value. As many seasoned golfers and professionals will tell you, a Vokey wedge will last you for many years. The grooves are high performing and will hold up for many years. Although the Vokey comes in 3 different finishes, we recommend choosing one and sticking with it throughout your set. However, we do recommend varying your grind options. Moving on to the next, at number 2 with Cleveland RTX 4 Wedge. If the Titleist Vokey wedges are not the best fit for your golf game, it may be worth looking into the RTX wedge. The Cleveland RTX is an excellent alternative, and it is a very similar blade-style golf wedge. The RTX wedge is not going to have as many sole grind options as the Titleist wedges will, but there are still some bounce choices. The RTX is available in high bounce, low bounce, standard bounce, and X-low bounce. We love the low bounce options for the lower lofted wedges. Speaking of lower lofted wedges, the RTX is available all the way down to a 46-degree wedge. If you don't particularly like your current pitching wedge, this could be a great alternative to consider. The RTX has the Cleveland Tour Zip grooves, and this is one of the more versatile wedges available. If you are mid to low handicap golfer, this is a great wedge choice for you. Just like the Titleist, you can get the RTX with a few different finish options. The black PVD is our favorite. The new black finish is much more durable than in years past, and it will hold up for quite some time. The RTX comes standard with a steel wedge flex shaft, but you can usually get the Cleveland wedges with a graphite shaft without having to order them custom. Since the Cleveland RTX is a brand new release, the pricing will be a little bit higher. But this is a set of golf wedges that you will keep in your golf bag for quite some time. The number 3 position is held by Callaway Mack Daddy 4 Tactical Wedge. The Callaway Mack Daddy 4 Tactical Wedges are a bit less of a traditional golf wedge, and we thought they earned a spot on this list. This wedge will likely appeal more to the mid to low handicap player. The Callaway Mack Daddy 4 Tactical has a very distinct look to it. The wedge was designed with a raw PVD finish, in addition to the club head being completely black. The grip and the shaft on this wedge are also black. It is undoubtedly a very unique looking golf club. Although it looks quite cool, most of the coloring is more for looks than it is for the actual performance of the club around the green. Anytime you see a wedge referred to as being a raw wedge, it means that it will eventually rust. When your wedge rusts, this is not a problem, and it will still perform well. What golf manufacturers are finding is that some of the best wedge feel in the game comes from this raw and untreated club face. Mack Daddy is their signature groove and groove technology on this series of golf wedges. Yes, that is just what you think it is. There are grooves inside of grooves. If you want some spin, this wedge will provide it for sure. Although this wedge is now a few years old, it is a great alternative to the Titleist Vokey when it comes to both look and feel. Next at number 4, we have Wilson Harmonized. If you are a high handicapper just looking for some forgiving and easy to hit shots around the green, the Wilson Harmonized golf wedges could be a good choice. You won't need to choose between the low bounce and high bounce. In fact, you won't even need to choose the sole grinds you want. With the Wilson Harmonized, you just need to select the loft you want. This wedge is offered in a sand wedge, lob wedge, and a gap wedge. You will not get too many choices here, but sometimes for the high handicapper, that can be a good thing. What you will get is a forgiving large club face wedge with a low center of gravity and easy to hit loft angle. If you ever struggle with getting the ball up in the air, this is a great option to consider. Another great thing about the Wilson Harmonized is that this is one of the best wedge options for the money. The Wilson Harmonized will spin, but it won't spin like a Cleveland or a Titleist with torque grooves in it. The Harmonized wedges are going to feel a little harsh at impact as well. They won't have that same soft feel that a high-end golf wedge will have. These are certainly worth checking out, as some of the best golf wedges in the game do not need to be expensive. The number 5 position is held by Cleveland CBX2. We are back with another Cleveland wedge choice for our most forgiving wedge. The CBX2 is a cavity back wedge with a very low and deep center of gravity. This is one of the best golf wedges for a golfer looking for a combination of feel and forgiveness. You can swing the CBX2 as a full swing or for shots around the green and still get great spin and distance control. These Cleveland wedges feature a wide sole V-shaped sole that makes them a perfect wedge for shots both out of the bunker and for shots around the green. Golfers who struggle to stop the ball on the green or tend to hit the ball thing on a wedge shot will love these clubs. Another great benefit of the CBX2, just like the Cleveland RTX, is the ability to order this wedge in a ton of different loft angles. This is a progressive set of wedges, so the higher lofts like the lob wedge will be a bit thicker and more capable of hitting flop and sand shots. The lower lofted wedges are going to be better for full swing shots. You can quickly put together a perfect set of these clubs to work for the mid to high handicappers. The number 6 position is dominated by Cleveland Smart Sole 3 Wedges. Senior golfers tend to lose some speed in their golf swing with age. This is an entirely normal part of the golf aging process. In your wedge game, you may notice a lack of distance and lack of spin as well when it comes to the wedges. When you lose this club head speed, it can also become easier to hit those chunk shots or thin shots. Cleveland came up with this Smart Sole wedge to give golfers the confidence they need to get the ball back up in the air again. The S model is going to be the equivalent of a sand wedge, but there are other options on the market. The center of gravity on the Smart Sole wedge is very low and will help sort of slide under and through the ball. This wedge has 58 degrees of loft, and since a standard lob wedge has 60 degrees of loft, the Smart Sole is a mix of sand and lob. As far as the grooves are concerned on this wedge, you will not get the same tour zip spin that you may on an RTX wedge. What you do get with this 3-tiered sole is very easy to hit a club that can make the game more enjoyable again for senior golfers. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Cobra MIM Wedges. Truly, the Titleist wedges are the most popular and probably some of the best golf wedges for the low handicap player. However, Cobra came out with a new option this year that is certainly worth considering if you are looking for an incredible feel. The Cobra MIM Wedges are a brand new advancement in technology, and although this wedge will cost you a bit more than some of our other choices, you will be happy with the results that it provides. The MIM wedge stands for Metal Injection Molded Stainless Steel Construction. This is the first time a company has used this in its wedge technology, and it is performing very well. The grind on this wedge is a versatile tour grind that has relatively low bounce. The MIM wedge has a precision CNC milled face and grooves. Cobra has incorporated this technology into many of its clubs this year, and it provides some great interaction with the golf ball. The number 8 position is held by Pinemeadow PGX. The Pinemeadow PGX is a great simple wedge if you don't want to spend a lot of money. This is not going to have the highest rate spin technology or incredible tour level grooves, but the PGX wedges are actually quite good for the price they cost. The Pinemeadow Sand Wedge has a very low center of gravity that makes this club quite forgiving. There's no bounce and grind options, so you will have to manipulate the loft angle on this club to get the results that you are looking for. The stock shaft in the PGX is a bit light and not very stiff. If you are a faster swinging player, this may not be the best wedge on the market for your game. Next at number 9, we have Cleveland Golf Ladies CBX Sand Wedge. When it comes to women golfers, there are not usually many options to choose from. Luckily, Cleveland often puts out an option or two that end up being the best golf wedges for women. The RTX 3 is a simple cavity back option with great spin and some very high performing grooves. Many female golfers choose to just use a pitching wedge in their back. Unfortunately, that wedge will just not give enough spin or loft angle to get the ball up in the air out of bunkers and for high lofted pitches. The CBX Sand Wedge has plenty of loft angle to help with these types of shots. The CBX Sand Wedge will work best for those players that want to use this club for both full swing shots and shots where the ball only needs to be in the air for a few seconds. You won't find too much variety when it comes to loft and bounce options on this carbon steel wedge, but you can trust that Cleveland put together an easy-to-hit and forgiving choice. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Callaway Jaws Full Toe. The Callaway Jaws Full Toe is designed to offer superb control on all types of shots, including chips, bunker play, pitches, and even flops. The high toe and full face of grooves make this wedge spin hard and instills confidence in the player due to the oversized appearance of the face. The Jaws Full Toe is available in 2-degree increments from 54-60 degrees, as well as an insanely lofted 64-degree option for those who like to emulate Phil Mickelson when around the greens. Overall, a great option for golfers of all abilities looking for a wedge that will perform well for generally any type of shot. That's all for today. We upload sports product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.